Welcome back. Now that FSD 12.3.3 has been released for some time and we've had a chance to do some initial tests, I wanted to take the vehicle out and start testing it on some more difficult driving environments. For me, the best way to do that is to take the vehicle downtown. Even though it's a bit of a lazy weekend, there's still a lot of challenging scenarios that we could see pop up. I'm curious to see if version 12 of FSD holds up to true city driving. Let's give it a go. Okay, to start off with, we're just waiting for the pedestrians on the right to pass. FSD is being patient, waiting for it to clear, and now moving with authority. Good job with that. As you can see, the alert went off for me to tug on the wheel. I try to keep my hands off the wheel just to prove that I'm not driving the vehicle. We're going to be turning left here. FSD sees the light is about to turn soon. There he goes, light's turning yellow. Left turn onto a one-way street, nice and smooth, fantastic job, and goes straight into the middle lane. So it doesn't go into the left lane where it's going to immediately encounter all those parked vehicles. It does the smart thing, sees that, and immediately puts me into the middle lane. The next turn coming up is going to be right, so let's see when FSD decides to put me into the right lane. Comfortably going, 35 in the middle lane. Let's see when FSD starts moving me over, and there we go. It starts moving me into the right lane. Once we get through this intersection though, this right lane will become a middle lane. So FSD is doing a really good job of being proactive there, getting me into that lane, because up ahead I'm going to have to get over one more lane to the right. So fantastic job with that. The adaptive speed control is doing a good job. The speed limit here is 40, so quick acceleration there up to 40. I noticed that the adaptive speed control, again, in in urban environments, downtown environments, sometimes it goes a little bit slower if it feels like there's lots of pedestrians or lots of cars. Right now it has me comfortably going around 39, 40. Generally, I won't go too fast when I'm in a crowded environment like this. All right, we're going to be coming up to a right turn soon. Let's see when the turn comes to the right lane. There we go. And we shift over to the right lane, again, well in advance. One of the hallmarks of version 12 of FSD. Nice and smooth through the intersection there. No significant drops in speed, which is good. Okay, we're going to be turning right here. Just waiting for the vehicle in front to pass. Gives me time to put on my shades. Alright, we're stopping. Looking to the left. How many vehicles? Need the car to go a little bit faster here. And you know, maybe I'm going to try assertive mode in one of my future drives coming up right there, because I found that was a little bit slow. I found that FSD has been more aggressive than previous versions, but that one was a little bit slow for my liking for on the right turn. There are no vehicles that were coming from the left, so it had more than enough time to execute that turn. I'll speed up the camera here. FSD is doing what it should be doing, driving in a safe, natural fashion. As long as it does that, we'll just let the footage roll. Okay, we've rolled up behind a police car. FSD isn't spooked out about that. We're going to be driving around this park here on the left. We're going to be doing a bend around it. Actually, in front of you, what you see is the Legislative Assembly of Ontario. The City of Toronto is the capital of the province of Ontario. Alright, doing a good job. No issues there. Lane bending ahead. Keeping good distance. I'm driving in average mode right now. Alright. That police car's moved into the left lane. The car picked up speed a little bit. Now slows as we get to this stop. Nice and smooth. Alright, now that we're going, the vehicle is going to have to get into the left lane. If you stay in the middle lane or the right lane, you're going to be going off in a different direction, and just like that, it does the right behavior and moves into the left lane, so good job with that. We're going to have a sharp turn to the left coming up. Let's look at the speed and see how smooth it is. Nice gradual turn. Good job. We're coming up to some construction now. Looks like a tricky scenario here. Let's see what FSD does. You can see lots of pylons there, and it does the right thing. Gets into the left lane, and it stops here at the light. Nice and gentle. Good job with that. So didn't get spooked out there by the construction. And I've seen that offhand on a couple other drives where it's seen some construction signs, and before that would really send FSD into a tizzy. But what I'm finding is that the natural learning behavior on the version 12 is having FSD perform much better when it comes to driving in construction zones. So let's see if that continues. I'm just looking to the right here. See if there's some vehicles coming to the right. All right. We're going to have to move into the right lane because we're going to have to do a right turn very soon. Okay. FSD moves over. Okay, we're going to do a right turn here. Okay. We're at a stop. Should be turning right. Still not moving. Still not moving. All right. Now we're going. Now FSD was very, very cautious on that one. So that one was a little bit too slow. Not enough for me to go and disengage, but if I had lots of vehicles behind me and I did have one coming up there, that might have been an issue. So something I will take note of. Generally, it's been very good though for doing right turns and not waiting too long for that. So that's curious as why that one took so long. I don't know if it was trying to analyze the pedestrians on the right, but it should have moved faster than it did. So you can see on the right, we've got a bike lane there on the right. So FSD's got to manage that barrier there, see if there's any cyclists that are moving in and out. We're driving through the intersection here. Let's see the speed going through. Good. Speed is maintaining at 37 through the zone. Okay, we have a cyclist here on the right. There's a barrier, so FSD should go past that cyclist easily, and it does so. So good job with that. We'll be curious to see how FSD would handle that if that cyclist was on the other side of the barrier and if it would slow down. All right, slows down there for that pedestrian that was crossing, so excellent job there. Pedestrian detection has been fantastic on version 12. It's responsive, but not overcautious like it was on previous versions, where if it sensed any type of pedestrian activity, it would sharply brake. So that was an excellent job there. So you can see we've got some tight lanes here. We've got bike lanes. We've got cars parked on the right. No issues for FSD. And again, you don't really get to see these scenarios as much when you're driving up in the suburbs where I live. So you see a pedestrian there standing on the road. FSD slows down a little bit. Nothing major. Now look at here. Good job. It let that car pass, which was good. And it's waiting again. Being cautious. I'm pointing to a cardinal on the wire there. Lets those pedestrians pass and then smoothly moves onto the side street. Good job with that. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go hunt for some parallel parking spots here and see if we can get a couple of those completed on this trip. All right, we're coming up to our first parallel parking scenario. Let's look for some spots here on the right. All right, I think we see our gap right here. Let's go for it. So far, my experience with the parallel parking has been phenomenal. It's been flawless so far. One thing I do notice is that the vehicle, when it parks, is making sure it keeps its distance away from the curb. So sometimes you'll see a vehicle that's in front of you and it looks like a little bit to the right, but what you'll find is those cars are almost curbing themselves and they're very, very tight with the curb. And Tesla, the way they've programmed the parallel parking is to leave a little bit of space there, which I'm very good with. All right, one turn back, adjusting to the front. Let's see if it has to go back again. Nope. Fantastic job. Good. Excellent. Let's go try another spot up here. Let's see if we can go 2 for 2. If we go 2 for 2, I think that'll be enough for our testing for today. All right, we'll roll up to this vehicle here. This one's a little bit tighter. Let's see if we can squeeze in. Tap and start. What a fantastic interface for this parallel parking and the park on tap in general. It was a great job. All right, turning in nicely. Apparently the future versions of the parking are going to be done a little bit faster from what I've read from the Tesla engineers, so look forward to seeing that. Right now, it's doing a good job. You can see the heat map. We're pretty close to the vehicle behind us. Getting tight to the curb on the right, but still some space. Doing some quick adjustments. Nice and tight. Wow, 2 for 2. I'm going to speed up the camera here. I have to make a left turn at this location here, and there's a lineup forming, and it's blocking me from turning left. Maybe if I was doing this manually, I would go wide right and slip behind that SUV up front. But FSD isn't programmed to be that bold yet. The car is inching forward, but now there's a lineup forming on the right. I'll need a sweet soul to let me in, otherwise I'm going to be here for a while. Still inching forward, waiting for my brake. And there one of those guys is giving me a break there. Bless him. And FSD takes us forward. And here we go. We've got a streetcar up ahead. And FSD puts me into the right lane. So it doesn't want to be right behind that streetcar. So it's doing the right thing. Slowing down for that pedestrian who's running for the streetcar. Alright, doing a good job. Nice gradual stop. It will be interesting to see how FSD manages driving around that streetcar. Let's speed things up here. Alright, off we go. We've got a bit of a bend here coming up. Let's see what happens here. It's going to get a little bit tight. Alright, I'm going to let FSD manage this. Yeah, it's nice and tight. Look how large that streetcar is. Wow. It's really tight here. I've got a barrier there for a bike lane. And FSD handles that very, very well. We get ahead of the streetcar, which is good. Let's see if it puts me into the left lane to stay ahead of it, or if it keeps me here in the right lane. So far it's keeping me in the right lane. So maybe it's a little bit tight there. Yeah, you can see the streetcar was coming up pretty quickly there. So FSD did the right thing and kept me into the right lane. So I'm just going to have to be patient and let it manage that vehicle on the left. Alright, moving forward here. No issues. Always curious to see if the streetcar stops. You're not supposed to pass the streetcar when it stops when passengers are onboarding and offboarding. So let's see if anything happens there. Nope, I get ahead of that before it stops at the next stop. So that's good. So hopefully we don't have to deal with that streetcar anymore. Staying in the right lane. Let's see when it moves into the left lane. If you can see on my screen, I'm going to have to do a left turn eventually. Let's see when it makes that decision to get into the left lane. Hopefully sooner than later. Alright, traffic's picking up a little bit, still has me in the right lane. Gentle acceleration. Yeah. No issues with the cyclist on the right. They've got their dedicated lane there. You can see the barrier. FSD's not going any faster or slower. So doing a good job with that. And we get a lot of couriers, Uber Eats type cyclists downtown. It's always good to see how FSD manages that, and so far, from what I've seen, it's been excellent so far. Nice and smooth through that intersection. There you can see we have another cyclist there on the right. No issues there. Look at the speed on the speedometer. Staying comfortable at 32. Again, the adaptive speed control, it has me going generally below the speed limit. So it's something I am noting. And it's just taking into account the additional traffic, all the cyclists here on the right. I'm okay with that. It's doing a good job. And there's like an Uber Eats person right there. Alright, through that intersection there. Not spooked by that cyclist at all. Alright, oh, for a second it looked like it wanted to get into the left lane. I wanted to get into that left lane. Nope, now it's stuck behind this car here on the right. No issues. Car goes, quickly accelerates through the intersection. That's fine. Still in the right lane. It's going to have to move left soon. It's waiting though for the right spot. We still have some vehicles there on the left. Looked like it was going to get there as well. Okay, now it's moving over. Good, because you saw that we had that parked vehicle there. It was going to get really tight on the right. So it did the good thing and moved proactively into the left lane. So good job with that. You know, I just noticed I haven't had any disengagements so far. I think this is definitely the longest I've driven downtown without any disengagements with FSD. So, wow. Good job with that. Oh, for some reason we slowed down a little bit through that intersection there. Not sure why we did that. Sometimes I'm finding that FSD will slow down a bit. It gets a little bit cautious when it goes through intersections, but it really shouldn't do that right in the middle if there's no reason to. But nothing for me to disengage. But I will make note of that. Alright, passing Maple Leaf Gardens there on the left. That used to be the arena where our hockey team played till the late 90s. Yeah, doing a good job. Alright, we're going to be getting up to a stop soon. Oh, you see that? We had that vehicle there, that left one vehicle there. Had to be cautious about that. FSD wasn't spooked by that. Alright, we got to do a left turn here, but can't go any forward. Is it going to move forward or not? It's waiting for that vehicle. It's moving forward and nope. Nope, it's going to stop. It's a little bit ahead here of the crosswalk, but nothing too bad there. So FSD was a little bit hesitant there. Didn't know if it wanted to make that left turn, but I think it was just being cautious because you had that streetcar coming on, so I was okay with that. All right, let's see how smooth the left turn here is. Let's see how assertive it is as well too. We've got lots of oncoming vehicles. We have a vehicle here turning right. Now we've got a vehicle coming straight at us. Let's see if it goes. Now we have a cyclist coming. Let's see if it moves. Oh, it's doing the right thing there. It's waiting for that cyclist to pass too. Good job. The light's turning. Have to go. Yeah, good job. You see, it was being cautious there, and it did a fantastic job with that, because even though I was thinking, come on, you have to move it, there was a pedestrian who was crossing at that time, and FSD took that into account. Did a better job than I did, and good job with that. This street is interesting because the middle lane alternates being open between north to south. Right now there's an X, which means it's not open for northbound traffic like I'm driving right now. The lane is open to southbound traffic only. The reason I bring this up is that on previous versions of FSD, it threw me into that lane once with oncoming traffic. Here, no problem. FSD being amazing again, getting me into that right lane well ahead. You can see on my map that I will be bending right up ahead, and it doesn't wait till the last second to do that. Okay, we're getting to the last leg of the drive. We're going to be driving into a residential neighborhood, and you're going to see some amazing performance from FSD on this portion here. Nice tight right turn there. It's very narrow, but gets me going through very nicely. Lots of parked cars there on the right. We've got some speed bumps. FSD keeps me nice and slow. So much better on speed bumps on version 12. Again, it's managing its speed very carefully there, looking for pedestrians. Tight squeeze here. It's waiting for that vehicle to pass. Does the right thing, lets the vehicle pass. And now we go through the speed bump. We get through it. Nice. Great behavior there from FSD version 12. Again, it's being cautious. Let's looking to see if there's any pedestrians coming out. Some parked cars on the right. All right, now picking up the speed a little bit, but not too much since there's speed bumps there, so no reason to go too fast. We're going uphill here, and we're going to be doing some bends up ahead. All right, we got a vehicle coming on here. FSD comfortably moves over to the right, doesn't get spooked out by those pedestrians over there, comfortably passes them. Some more dog walkers there. Again, speed is nice and managed with those speed bumps there, so it's doing a good job. All right, now bending over to the left, have an oncoming vehicle. No issues there, no hard braking, just staying comfortably on the right side. Have another vehicle oncoming here. Speed slow down a little bit there. Good. All right, we're going to be coming to a roundabout here. Let's see what happens. Oh, the vehicle stopped there for some reason. Not sure if there was a stop sign there. Not sure why it stopped there. All right, now we're going to be coming here to the roundabout. We're going to have to merge. The vehicle slows down but doesn't stop. All right, doing a nice turn. See some pedestrians over there. Gonna pass that. Gonna pass that exit. We're gonna get off on the third one here. Oh, it even signals there going right. Doesn't get spooked out by that pedestrian. Great job. Well, you can see how expertly that FSD managed all that there. We had pedestrians, we had roundabouts, we had speed bumps, we had oncoming vehicles, and we handled all of that without any disengagements. And that's going to take us to the end of this first drive here downtown. And this is the first time I've really ever driven without any disengagements, which is phenomenal. And that never would have happened on versions 10 and 11, but no issues on version 12. My feedback on this drive is that although FSD had no disengagements and drove safely and confidently throughout the drive, it was passive in a couple of right turn scenarios, and I'd like to see that improved in future versions. I have a couple more drives coming up. I filmed 3 sessions today, so keep an eye out for those as we come up to some additional scenarios. I want to thank you for joining me on this drive. Feel free to leave a comment below. I really enjoy the conversations. You all drive safe now, and I'll see you on the roads.